Got a little sublimation project going on today. That are these coated canvas tote bags. They are coated for sublimation. The bag is canvas but has a sublimation coating on it. And our print area here is 13 by 14. And we're going to tell you all about it. We're going to make a bunch of them coming up. I'm Roger. Welcome to the loft above the shop. A little sublimation project today. We're going to be making these tote bags. I'm going to be sublimating on both sides. And I've got my graphics are printing on the Sawgrass printer right now. I'm setting up my graphics here because I'm printing larger than what you can do on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. That doesn't mean you couldn't use a regular sublimation printer like I've got an Epson 2720 down here or something similar, and just use 8.5 by 11. You don't have to have the large format. I'm just doing that because I have it and they'll fit on here and it makes my graphics a little bit bigger. Now I'm going to be sublimating on both sides of this. So after I do one side, I will flip it over to the other side, but when I do the opposite side, I'll be putting this heavy sheet of cardboard in between, like so. And I'll reset my press height for this. That way when I may leave it in there when I do both sides because it makes a good flat surface for me to work with here. So what this will do will prevent whatever I printed on this side from sublimating to whatever is underneath it, like my Teflon sheet or a piece of paper or whatever I would have underneath. So why would that happen after it's already sublimated? Well, there's a scientific explanation for that, and I'm going to get scientific here, but I got to get ready for it. So as I did in one of my other videos on a completely different subject here, I got to go back to my chemistry days back in high school. So I got to have kind of the look for it with, and these are actually the glasses I wore in high school, 1971. So getting back to our ways. So what is sublimation exactly? Sublimation, the definition of it is, it turns a solid, which is your ink after it's printed, into a gas, which then passes into your fabric without becoming a liquid form. So it just skips that liquid stage and goes right from solid to gas. Now if I would print on one side of this and then just flip it over and print on the other side without any type of insulation in between to prevent the heat from transferring all the way through, that will then sublimate, again, turn from a solid to a gas and back to a solid on whatever is underneath, whether it be a piece of butcher paper, or parchment paper, or Teflon sheet, or whatever. And if it is material, for example, the Teflon sheet, that would not absorb that ink in a gaseous state, it would then spread and I would have ghosting on that other side. So that is why I am putting this insulating piece in between. Hope everybody got that. Now, get back to modern day. Yes, I used to have hair, not this color, but I used to have this much of it. So some of you are probably wondering, what's up with the shirt? Well, I'm glad you asked because I actually have somewhat of a sponsor for this video, and that is a company called Summer Everest, and they specialize in what a lot of people would call Hawaiian shirts. And they're nice and lightweight and cool, which is just what I need here in Northern Illinois in January, but we're going to be going to Mexico and I'll be wearing a lot of them down there. I'm known for wearing this type of kind of loud Hawaiian style shirt, you know, up at camp and during the summer and when we're on vacation or in the Caribbean or in places like that. Their prices are very reasonable. The quality is very good. They offered me to pick out a couple of shirts to demonstrate, and I not only picked those out, I bought quite a few more. So you're going to be seeing a whole bunch of these here in periodic videos coming down the line. So check out the link in the description. Summer Everest is the name of the company. No, you're not going to get them overnight. It's not Amazon. It takes a while for them to get there, but it's worth the wait. So I'll go over and get that heat press cranked up. We'll get some things prepped and make some tote bags. So what's the time and temperature going to be? 385 Fahrenheit for 60 seconds. It's on each side. And while I'm waiting for this to heat up, something you're going to want to do with your project, get one of these lint rollers, They're cheap. You get this is Dollar Tree actually. You want to make sure there's no lint on their project here, because if there is, for some reason it leaves purple spots. So you want to roll that and make sure you have all the lint off of it. And I'll do that on the other side too once I go to flip this over. Another thing I will do is a little bit of a pre-press here, just to get some of the wrinkles out of it. And it's not really hot enough to do that with yet, but you're not press it real long. Just want to get them wrinkles out of there. Well, that flattened her out pretty good. I'll get one of my graphics ready and get her set on there. Now, something I should note here is when you're doing these tote bags, if it doesn't matter what kind of press you're using, there's going to be a hem at the top and there's going to be a spot where the handles are sewn in. If you possibly can, keep that off of your bed. Otherwise, it's not going to clamp down all the way and you're going to end up with a lighter graphic up here because it won't be pushed down as far. Okay, get everything up to temperature here. Again, 385, 60 seconds. So there's my first side right there. So I'll just flip it over, leave the cardboard inside. Don't forget this step, because boy, if there's lint on there and you get them little purple dots, you're going to be wondering what in the world's going on. Get my next graphic set here. The heat tape will release when this opens, but it keeps everything in position here until I get it set. We'll do the other side. So here's the second side. Ain't nothing but snacks. I'll just take my cardboard out of here and I'll get another one prepped. There's the first side, second side, ready to do another one. So I'll let you see a few of these here. Like I said, I put a different graphic on each side. Healthy crap, just kidding, it's alcohol. I'll probably be carrying that one. See if I can't tangle these up here. So that's all there is to it, these tote bags. I'm sure there'd be a pretty good market for these at pop-up shows or flea markets or craft shows or whatever you happen to be doing. And you can easily customize these. These are actually good quality. I was impressed with the quality of these. These are, of course, are made in China. And these were purchased on Amazon. And I will put a link in the description on which ones these are, because I'm impressed with the quality of them, and they're sewn straight and there's not a bunch of crooked stuff on them. And yeah, they look pretty good. And they sublimated great. They are sublimation blanks. There's a coating on here because this is a cotton canvas. So there is a coating on here to accept that sublimation. You can't really sublimate directly onto cotton because when you wash it, the ink would wash out. When you do it on polyester, whatever this coating is on here, and they're not real stiff. But when you do it on this coating, it's permanent and it won't be washing out or fading or that type of thing. If you left these out in the sun for a prolonged period of time, yeah, they would probably fade. Of course, that's a little hard on canvas too if it's not made for being outdoors and that type of thing. Waterproof? No. A little bit water resistant, but they are not waterproof. So again, that's all there is to doing these totes. If you got anything out of this, appreciate getting a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out Summer Everest for some of these really cool shirts. That link will be in the description as well. I'm Roger in the loft above the shop. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.